Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball on CarloBaseball. With me, Louis, is ErnieOrange. Welcome to 2026 season.
All
We're
right.
going to have a lot of fun. Before we get started, I want to see how Ernie's doing. How was your time off of baseball? I know we enjoyed football and all those other sports, right? But it's baseball. What'd
It's
you do
great.
this off season?
It's been a great 3 months of vacationing without doing no podcast, but we are back. I mean, we did get to do a lot of other activities while the time we were off. We got to go to a couple basketball games. I went to a college basketball game last night, a soccer game, a football game. I've been all over the world, man. I've been watching a bunch of sports, but I'm missing baseball more than ever. Can't wait. March is here. MLB 2026. Let's go.
That's cool, man. And not only that, we get to see spring training, and right away we get into playoff atmosphere baseball with the WBC. So
That's
that's
right.
going to be amazing. I got to go to a hockey game. It was something different. I got to experience that. It was fun. But nothing compared to baseball, man. It's just I got off. I think all baseball fans got off in that high, like super high leverage type of game, and then there was nothing after that. You're like, oh man, I can't wait for the next season. So that's where we're at right now. We're getting started and it's fun. We have a lot of things to talk about. We have PCA. He's been coming out in the news. He's been talking about Dodger fans, and I take exception to that because, as you guys know, I'm a big time Dodger fan, and we'll talk
Right.
about that. And then we'll talk about Arte Moreno, man. He's been coming out on the news saying that he is. I'll hold on right there. I'll let you talk on that one, Ernie, since you're an Angels fan on that.
Right.
And then we'll talk, of course, about the WBC. We'll talk about Paul Skeens, Skubal. They're only going to pitch a few games for Team USA, and we'll get into that topic because there's a lot of players that could have replaced them, and maybe could have pitched a little bit more than what they are. But we'll get into that, of course. And then, is there going to be a strike in 2027? I mean, a lot of people are already saying it's going to happen. It's the Dodgers' fault, and then there's some players are saying no, it's the owner's fault, and we'll get into that as well. And the last thing, spring training. Are we watching spring training right now? Are we watching these players as they get gearing up for this 2026 season? Or are they gearing up for the WBC? So it's all excited, man. So we're excited. You're excited. Let's get this road. Let's get this show on the road, dude. All right, PCA, man. What happened with PCA? Why is he coming out in the news talking crap about Dodger fans? Even bringing up Brian Stowe. I mean, that's a freaking accident that happened with Dodger fans and the Giant fan. And if you guys don't remember what happened to Brian Stowe, he got beat up at Dodger Stadium, and it's not a good scene. Like that's a bad scenario, right? But PCA brought it up, and he wants to talk trash about Dodger fans. So, I mean, what is your take on that?
Yeah, Carlos. I mean, it's pretty interesting to see PCA make these comments. This is what happens with these young players. They get a little bit of fame, they get a little bit of traction with the media, and they finally start speaking out. You get to start seeing their personality, and you start realizing, man, you're better off just not saying anything. Just keep it to yourself, PCA. He's a young kid. You got to understand him. He's going to say the way he feels. But at the moment right now, I think it was just best if he had just kept his mouth shut. He's about to go to the WBC. We're finally get to see him play at the big highest level of baseball with the best players in the world. And I honestly didn't really like his take. I mean, it's something like I know he grew up here in LA. He kind of showed that he wasn't a big fan of the Dodger fans. And I get it. I mean, Dodger fans weren't the nicest people when you were a road fan, right? But
Yeah.
you just had to keep your mouth shut. It's going to be a tough time now. Every time you go visit here in the Dodger Stadium, the fans are going to let you hear it. And the way PCA has been performing the past couple seasons, mind you, last year he finally was in the MVP voting, but he had a terrible second half, and he's been very inconsistent for me. And this is where I have a huge concern with him going forward. I know he's very young. He's going to go to the WBC, but I need him to just focus on baseball right now and worry about talking about other problems later. I think Dodger fans are going to eat him up alive. And if you were the Cubs fans too, I'm assuring that they are also feeling the same way. Like, just focus on baseball. Let's make sure you get that MVP season. Do you think he's butthurt because of the Kyle Tucker situation? Do you think he's upset that the Dodgers signed Kyle Tucker, his former teammate, and the Cubs did not sign? They kept PCA instead.
It's crazy that you mentioned that, because I was thinking about it before even saying that, and I felt like maybe PCA is feeling some kind of way for the Dodgers and saying that, you know what, the Dodgers are ruining baseball by signing all these top-notch players and not leaving players for other teams to pick up. Now, all these players have been coming out though, like Manny Machado, Bryce Harper, been saying, "Hey, the Dodgers are doing it the right way. They're spending their money. I wish other teams would do the same thing."
Exactly.
Now, if PCA has something against that, go after the team, not the fans. Like talk about the team. Like I honestly, the way I feel about PCA bringing up the fans is kind of the way I feel like that he's trying to get the Cubs fan riled up and rally behind him to get a big contract with the Cubs.
Right.
So all this is just rage bait and it's working for him. The Padres have been doing this for the past 6-7 years and this has been working for them. They even started this rivalry with the Dodgers. Now PCA is going through the same thing. They're mentioning the Dodgers. And this happened in the 90s. If you're a Yankee fan, you remember every time a player will talk about a team, it will be the Yankees. Why? Because the Yankees were the number one team in that time and era. So now the Dodgers are they're the ones with the target in their back. They're the ones with the marketing. They're the ones with the money. So if you want something done and you want to be recognized, you have to say the Dodger name or Dodger fans or Dodger brand, right? So it's that way. And you're right. I mean, he's a kid and you can't hate on him because he's on a professional level, but at sometimes he needs to know when to say stuff like that and when to kind of quiet down. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm not going to say that, oh, he sucks and he's going to be this and that. Like, I don't think it's not in my nature to do that. I know there's a lot of Dodger fans saying like, oh, this guy sucks because he said this and he said that. And he is talking trash, though. He is talking trash.
He is. I mean, I really hope he backs it up now. You know what I mean? If you're going to talk this smack, you got to walk the talk. Like little blonde kid going to come into Dodger Stadium. You better, talk the talk because they're going to let you hear it. And, PCA had a great year last year. He did hit 31 home runs. He did bat under 250. Like I mentioned before, the second half season was pretty terrible in his part. Defensively, he just wasn't awesome there. And, I mean, you also can't blame him. The Cubs weren't performing as well either. Kyle Tucker missed a significant portion of the season. So I think that affected him in the lineup, not having that protection he needed in that lineup. So you can't blame him there. But I think definitely any team right now, any player that hates the Dodgers has something to say about this team. And this is exactly what he's doing. He's young. He's finally getting interviewed by all these media channels. Coming out on podcasts, you name it. They're sharing their story of their youth, and they got a lot to say. And right now, things could get taken out a little bit out of context, and you could be like the bad guy right away.
Yeah. Hey, and it's not mentioned. Let's not forget to mention that he did say something about. He said something about the Dodgers and that the fans suck. And then the next time he came up, he was like, you know what? But I don't hate Mookie Betts. He's a nice guy. I don't hate the players. So, so that didn't look too good for him. He should have said that at the beginning, and it would have been fine. But he came out again in another interview, and then he said, "I don't like this. I like these guys. They're really cool guys." I'm like, all right, what are you trying to do, man? Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. All right, let's go to the next one, man. Another LA team made some news out, and it's more of a LA Anaheim, right?
Yes, so, Orange County. Let's get it right.
Orange County. Arte Moreno, man, he came out in the news, or not news. It's just we try to look for the video to see where he said this and try to quote him. It's kind of like, okay, the Dodgers are in the news. That's one thing. And then you have Arte Moreno on the other side where he's saying that fans really don't want to win. They just want a safe environment. They want to see a good baseball game, and that's it. But they don't want to win. Ernie, you're an Angel fan. Man, did you ever take that survey?
Not at all. This was a survey given to the season ticket holders for the Angels. Good thing I've never bought season tickets. I wouldn't give more money to Arte Moreno. And if I do, I go always buy StubHub or SeatGeek tickets anywhere that's cheaper than even he sells them for. Yeah. But man, what a true embarrassment to the game right now. Arte Moreno, his comments, based on his interview with the OZ Register, he continues to put our team into shambles, bro. Like, you ask anybody in the MLB, most MLB fans want Arte Moreno to sell based on the comments he's made. He has shown that he doesn't really care about winning. He's made his money. He's made his fortune with the Angels. He's considered selling the team, but now he's backed off and said, you know what, I'll just stick around. I like baseball, and you feel bad for these players, man, because they're putting work in. You got Mike Trout playing his prime years, wasting them due to Arte Moreno not willing to spend. And you got Cotton Candy Sky or free tickets that are given away. Yes, I have gone to a lot of Angel games for free tickets. It's one of the best things you could get. But look at me, man. I'm wearing an Ace hat. I'm supporting the division winner right now these days. I think the A's are going to do better than us. That's kind of embarrassing. But Arte Moreno has kind of hurt us. And honestly, a lot of Angel fans don't want to support this year. They feel they shouldn't give any more money to Arte Moreno. And I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Now, I feel really bad for these young core players the Angels have, like Joe Adele, Zach Neto, Nolan Shano. They're showing promising type players, but if fans are not going to be there to support, I just need you guys to know that we are still supporting you from home. We just cannot continue to donate money to Arte Moreno. And it's a fortunate situation. You got the MLB coming out and speaking to these players based on the comments Moreno made and, telling them, hey, we still need you to perform. Based on these comments, you guys should still go out there and win. So, I mean, you feel bad for him because you have Mike Trout wasting his prime years. He's going down towards age 35, hoping that he would at least make another playoffs run. And then you got an owner that does not care about winning. So what is your take on that? This is bad for baseball, right?
It's bad for baseball when you start seeing things like that, especially owners starting saying that their first priority is not to win. And I think every team in the MLB is kind of should be in that frame saying, hey, I want to win the World Series. I want to get to the playoffs or try to make something of it. You can't just say, oh, my fans don't want us to win. They just want a safe environment. And then, say, oh, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Like, no, dude, you need to go out and get a player or two to help Mike Trout. Mike Trout has been on that team. He's been the loyal player on that franchise, and you're not giving them anything to work with.
Yes.
That to me is kind of a slap in the face to Mike Trout because Mike Trout, he keeps saying, I'm loyal to my team. But sometimes loyalty, you have to be like, you know what, Artie, I'm
out
sorry,
of here,
dude. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I can't do this. Now for the game, it sucks because now you have like teams like the Pirates, teams that don't spend money at all because they don't have a big market. Arte Moreno's in the big market here. He's in California. He's in Orange County. He can make a big brand out of his team. He's just probably deciding not to do it because he had a lot of bad contracts, and we've seen those bad contracts. It's not their fault. It just happens that way. Sometimes you roll the dice and you go after players, and you're like, I'm gonna give him a big contract. He's gonna change everything for me, and boom, he lands on the IL. It happens. That's baseball, right? But damn, dude, I don't like that Arte Moreno did that. Hopefully he changes his mind, gets another player by this season, and the Angels do better than they have in the past seasons because Mike Trout, every year that goes by, Mike Trout is less and less capable to put those MVP numbers again. Like, what is he going into? His age 33, 34 season?
35.
35. Oh, man. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Scary. And he's going to play center field. He wants to play center field, and you got to let him play. I mean, it sucks. I mean, who else do we have that's a better option anyway? Tell me. Mike Trout, at least, is going to put his body and soul and give it his all playing in the outfield. Yeah. But this is the typical Angel season. I don't see nothing promising going into this year again. We had another terrible offseason. We give our new manager, Kurt Suzuki, a 1-year deal. That's not even enough time to work with what he has.
No.
You go after a bunch of players that have been given up on. You got the Trey Mancinis, the Alek Manoahs, the Grayson Rodriguez. Like, 1-year deals is not really going to help. I don't know. They're just hoping to hit on one of those picks and not really pay for the full price. Yeah. Honestly, you have to pay for those top tier players. And I don't even see any type of player trying to come with that type of owner that we have right now.
It sucks, man. I'll tell you,
we have to start from scratch. We have to start from the bottom again. And we do have promising players. I mean, we got Christian Moore playing in the infield, Zach Neto, Shano, and but there's still a lot of work that has to be done. And I don't see them making a playoff run this year. It's just how it is. It's been 16 years, 17 since they last made the playoffs, and it's been a tough time for an Angels fan. So we feel your pain. So the moment we do make it, man, we're gonna have the best time. I'll let you guys know that.
Ernie, the chat's going. It's time to change your team. I mean, I'm not saying it. I mean, it's the fans out there saying it. So
let's just say that every single season, a bunch of my friends reach out to me and tell me, like, "Are you sure you just want to change teams right now in April? You still have time." And somehow I still managed to stick with these Angels and just decide to suffer for another 6 months.
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
If the WC has begun. Not yet. This week, though, what is it, tomorrow?
Wednesday. Looks like Wednesday. We'll have our first
Wednesday, but
game.
tomorrow there's teams playing,
Oh, that's right.
right? MLB teams, so we get to see spring training with these WBC teams. So all those players that were playing for their teams, they're already on the WBC team. So like Shohei Ohtani, he's already out there in Japan playing. You have all the other guys already joining their WBC team, so that's gonna be amazing to see. Yeah, man, dude, everybody's coming after you and asking you to change teams. And you know what? You got to be loyal to your team. I remember when the Dodgers were not playing good at all, man, and they were sucking in the 2000s, in 2000 all the way to like 2011. I
Oh,
remember McCourt.
I
That
remember
was
those days. I went to a
yeah.
lot of free games because of those too.
There were a lot of free games. There were a lot of people boycotting this team because they didn't want to go to see, this divorce happen in the field. And that's what was happening. You had all these good players, but you cannot buy anything else or get a good manager because, they were going through a divorce. So you have to go through your team with your team through the tough times and the good times. Luckily for me, on my side, I'm already on that good time, and it's going to happen for you, Ernie. It happened in 2002 when they won the World Series. It could happen again, right?
Maybe
That's
another
why we
100
love
years.
baseball,
Hey, at
dude.
least I saw it once in my lifetime, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I kind of felt like, man, what if I never get to see my Dodgers win the World Series? That's gonna suck. I mean, yeah, they made it there. I've seen them make it, but before the 2020, 24, 25 season, I was like, dang, this sucks. We made it twice to the World Series and we lost them both. We got Jamal on here saying, Ernie, on a lighter, not how what I can't even see. Sorry.
How you feel
Um,
about your Angels prospect Tyler Bremner? Um, you know, there's still a lot of hope. I'm not sure what he has to the tank. I haven't really watched much of him. I know he's a former Gaucho like me, UC Santa Barbara, number 2 pick. A lot of people did not have him going that early in the draft, but that's the Angels way. That's what we do best. He does look very promising and very young, so let's hope for the best. That's all
uh,
I can say for now. I mean, we need to see how he does in the minors this year, and hopefully he could come up this year, right? We could use all the arms possible.
we're gonna get to see a lot of players. You know who I got to see today? We got to see what's his name? Chris Taylor with the Angels.
Oh, nice.
So he could
CT
probably play the
33.
center field.
CT
you,
33.
he plays outfield, infield. He plays wherever you put him. So he's a good guy to have on the team, man.
He
So
sure does. He puts his body,
yeah,
to play, and he'll do the dirty work for sure.
definitely. All right, man. Let's get into the WBC since we already kind of have a question out there from the WBC. Are you excited about this WBC? Are you waiting for this WBC? Or, are you feel kind of a little down because some of these players could not play the WBC because of insurance policy, insurance situations, and we had singers giving insurance, but they didn't allow them. Let's get into
Yeah, for
it.
sure. But I mean, this WBC is one of the most exciting times of baseball. For any new fan tuning in, this is going to be one of the best times in March for baseball. I don't think nothing matches this type of energy, but it's definitely kind of be a bit of a wound for this WBC because given the fact of this insurances, a lot of players cannot play. Any player that is coming off any major injury, the insurances are not going to cover these players, so they have to sit it out. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, a lot of teams are going to be impacted by this. I mean, I know Mexico's one of them. U.S. is already missing a couple starters. You
yeah,
name it. Puerto Rico's impacted a lot as well. So it's unfortunately, but this has to be fixed, man. There's something that has to be done for the future because this is only going to affect the outcome of the WBC. We could have had a better performances and better players going forward. But overall, I'm still pretty excited, man. I think it's going to be a tournament of tough teams. You got the Dominican Republic, one of the smallest islands out there, and they have one of the top tier talents. You got the U.S. coming out saying that they have the best team ever assembled. And Puerto Rico's, unfortunately, got hit a little harder than most, but I think they'll still have enough to compete. So, man, what are
yeah,
your thoughts? I think it's going to be a
yeah,
good one, though, regardless.
yeah,
Japan, what are we talking about? Japan, the upcoming champs, they're
yeah.
going to come with something to play.
Definitely. So I honestly wanted to stop you when you said tournament. I like that you said tournament because a lot of people are saying it's an exhibition.
Right.
There's a lot of podcasts that are saying this is an exhibition. I don't know why people are mad that they're not representing their country. And let me take it a little bit step further. Like Lindor, how he had an injury that he's going to take care of now because he's going to have surgery. It's not going to end his season, of course, but he's not playing in the WBC. And this guy is always trying to wear that Puerto Rico across his chest because for them it's something big. It's not just them, it's everybody, dude. Who doesn't want to represent their country? Who doesn't want to play out there and play their hardest and raise a trophy at the end saying, you know what, my country won this tournament, not this exhibition, the tournament. So a lot of podcasts, a lot of fans out there saying that this exhibition is not something that players should be more involved into. And I just disagree, man. If the World Cup in soccer is super big and it's everybody's fantasy to play in that tournament because that's the top level, cup that you want to win. Of course, you have all these other leagues in Europe, here in the United States. Of course, you have Argentina, everywhere, right? But when you play the World Cup, you're representing your country, and when they raise that World Cup and all the world sees it, these soccer players are like, yeah, I did what I needed to do. And
Right.
of course, if they win something out there, like in with their teams in Real Madrid, of course that's a big cup, but not as big as the World Cup. And I think baseball needs to kind of redirect their attention more to that to get more out of it
Yeah.
because like the way it is right now, I feel like too many people are saying it's an exhibition, and I don't think that's right at all. So
I,
that's
I
how I
think
feel about it.
And I think Tarek Skubal brought up a good point. I think they have to stop completely the season. There shouldn't be spring training going on at the same time as the WBC. The spring training should be halted for 2 weeks. No baseball activities. Either you make the top team or either you're going home vacationing with your family and watching it
Yeah,
at home.
yeah,
And only the top tier talent is going. And I think this is what's hurting the game because you got guys like Tarek Skubal for right now that's only going to make one start. He comes out in an interview, says, I'm only pitching one game for this WBC against Great Britain and the first in the round. And fans are like, what the heck? I'm one of those where I'm like, just sit it out, bro.
yeah,
Go back with the Detroit Tigers and focus on that season. And
yeah,
you see that it's all about the money. They don't really care about wearing the U.S. on their chests
yeah,
and representing their country. I mean, one star, Carlos, I'm sorry, man. Give that spot to someone else that really wants to be there. And I know you're on a contract year, but you have to showcase your talent against the top talent out there, especially in the final rounds against Team Japan, Team Dominican. I want you to showcase why you're the best pitcher in this game. We already know you are, but now I
mhm,
want to see you match up against the best team like Dominican or Japan and showcase why you should be that $400 million type of guy.
yeah,
Saying you're going to pitch against Great Britain, what does that even show me? You've already made 2 meaningless spring training game starts this year. For what? Those games don't matter. You could prepare the same way in practice than throwing live pitching. Why not just pitch in the WBC? I don't get it personally. I would have just sat it out and said, you know what, for personal reasons, I think it's best I just sit it out. But him coming out for one start, personally, as an American, I'm kind of disappointed. I don't know
yeah.
about how you.
Yeah, I am disappointed because I mean I got to see the interview too. He said that he doesn't ramp up until like after the first month of baseball anyway, and right now trying to rush and trying to get him into that to 100 mile per hour fastball is a little bit hard to do, and I get that, I understand it, but at the same time I don't understand why you just don't say, hey, give someone else a chance. I'll sit this one out this year. I get that you want to get this start in and you want to be part of the Team USA and do it because if they do win it, it's going to be something huge, right? Him and Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens another player that says he's only going to pitch 2 games. So that's kind of disappointing because these are the top 2 pitchers of MLB and they're going to pitch for the United States. Why not pitch the whole thing now? I want to say something else. I saw AJ Persinski. I know you love that guy.
I don't like him.
he came out. He said that this is an exhibition, and that when you go into the Hall of Fame, it doesn't say that you won a World Baseball Classic. It doesn't say that you were the leader in home runs in the WBC. It doesn't say you're the leader in strikeouts or you threw a no hitter in the WBC. So for him, it's an exhibition, and this is where I kind of feel like, what the hell? These players are not treating it like something bigger, and I mean, I don't know, dude. I still see the United States roster. I still see that they're going to be the number 1 team. They're going to win it, and if they don't win it, it's going to be a disappointment. And now this is where I feel like fingers are going to get pointed to Skubal and Paul Skeens if they don't win it. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, and even Paul Skeens giving his 2 game starts, right? He's not going to pitch complete games. He's going to be on an inning pitch limit. They're probably going to let him throw 60 pitches, and that's enough. Next guy, go with the
Yeah.
bullpen. I don't know, man. AJ Persinski, I don't really like the guy already. And him making those
I
type
know
of
you don't.
comments, I mean, just shows what kind of person he is. He won a World Series by cheating. So, I mean, that's his take. He'd rather take the World Series by, running to first, knowing that he was out. But
Yeah.
that's another time, another day. But
was
this
that 20?
US,
Was that 2005?
yes, it was
2005.
2005,
Okay.
21 years ago. Still won't forget.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm really concerned about the US. Just a simple fact that they don't take that pride, man. They keep every World Baseball Classic, they come off as one of the teams that should win it, and they always find a way to disappoint us. And it just feels like they don't have no heart. They choke down the stretch, and I'm really concerned going forward. I mean, losing Corbin Carroll too for a hammy bone. Now you got Joe Ryan with back tightness, missing out the WBC. And I mean, that's not the problem because US does have a lot of arms and a lot of players they could keep bringing up, like Ryan Yarbrough. The names are just there. They continue to restructure players. They could bring them any type of round. But I am concerned in the deeper rounds. You're talking about a Dominican team who I do think is going to win. And I think they're just at the top team right now, Carlos. They're built from top to bottom. The bullpen is stacked. The starting rotation, which people are like, they don't really have pitching. Oh, yes, they do. They got Alcantara. They got Christopher Sanchez, the big lefty with the nasty changeup. Yeah. Then you got, I said Alcantara, and then Freddie Peralta, who just got traded. And man, that guy's amazing too, bro. They got a nice squad there with a nice bullpen and some nice bats. Tatis and Machado will finally win something. Carlos is saying Padre fans will finally have something to celebrate. Their top tier players will finally get that championship they need.
Yeah. Don't forget Brian Bale. He's on there on that roster.
Oh, that's right.
Carlos Esteves, Wandy Peralta. Dude, there's this one's stacked. And then you have
it's a cheat code. This is a dream team right here. Let's not forget the young 21-year-old Junior Caminero at third base.
The infield, dude, it's solid, but don't underestimate the United States either.
No,
though.
Man,
they're
man.
freaking, they're solid. They're really
I want
solid.
America
this is
to
like
win.
An all-star team.
I'm a realist, man. If I had to put my money down right now, I would go with Dominican. That's a guaranteed money. Hell yeah.
They're solid, dude. They are. Both of those teams are solid, and we'll look at the bracket right now, how we have it, and who we pick to win the whole thing. But I want to put this one on here. Oh, my bad. All right, there we go. It's like U.S. in basketball before the Redeem team in 2008. Pretty much, like the Dream Team wasn't the Dream Team for a while, and LeBron was the captain on those teams, and then they needed Kobe to win it, right?
LeBron in 2008, yes, that was
right?
The gold team, yeah, for sure.
The gold team, yeah. So I mean, we'll keep. Dude, it's gonna be fun. It's just I don't like those ideas. Now, I want to ask you before we move to our bracket. Do you think that the WBC should be moved and MLB season should be stopped?
Yes, I think so. After seeing all the changes that has been going on the past couple of weeks with players not given the opportunity to go, I think this has to be done in the middle of the summer during July. I think the season has to be completely halted for 2 weeks during the All-Star break. Let the guys go to All-Star break, have a good time, and then go start the WBC. They're already locked in. They're already warmed up. They've already been playing. And go straight to the WBC and keep it at that same location where the All-Star game's being at. If it's in Atlanta, if it's in New York, just play there. Yeah. It's already summertime. It's not going to be cold. The guys will get into rhythm real quick.
I honestly think they should just hold it in one place instead of scattering it through the whole world. I think it should be held in one place, just like the World Cup in soccer. They should have it in one place. And, if you got it, damn, that's cool. Go see it. It's something really amazing to see. You went to a game in when it first came out in 2003 or 2006. What was
2006, yes.
2006. Yeah. So, I mean, it's hopefully they get it going. I know in 2028, they're talking about stopping the season for 3 weeks for the Olympics. And they're trying to see if they can have professional baseball players join that Olympics because they want to be able to win that gold medal. Right. So it's just we'll see what happens. But, 2027 we don't even know if we're going to have a season then, but we'll talk about it right now. Let's get into our bracket, though. Ernie. Oh, wait. There you go. This is Ernie's bracket. Can you talk about it? Go into it.
I mean, this is my bracket, Pool A. I got U.S. coming out. Sorry, U.S. is going to come out on top on the division on Pool B against Mexico. That's a given. Mexico, Puerto Rico, I giving the edge to Mexico, just given the fact that last WBC Mexico was able to overtake them. Puerto Rico right now is missing a bunch of key players that they don't have, like Carlos Correa, Frankie Lindor. And I do think Mexico has a couple of bats and managed with Benji Hill. That guy knows what he's doing. He finds ways to win, even with his Mexican team, Charros. He's just a winner everywhere he goes. So I give the edge to Mexico there. The bottom semifinal, quarterfinal there, I got Venezuela, Japan, which I think is going to be a great matchup. I just feel like Japan has a ton of power with Akamoto, Murakami, Shohei. That's a scary team, man. And I think Seiya Suzuki in the mix. Japan is just loaded, bro. And I don't think no one's stopping them from that area. Yeah. And I think Dominican over Korea, I think that's pretty obvious. And then we get to the semis. And this is where I think the U.S. and Dominican is going to be one of the best matches possible. I just have Dominican edging it out against U.S. I see too much star power offensively, defensively, bullpen, pitching. And I don't think they're going to be the type of guys that are going to be worried about the pitch limit. They're going to go as much as they need from their guys. You know what I mean? They really want to win. And, I think that's where Dominican comes into play against Japan, Mexico. We saw what happened last time. Japan's just too strong for Mexico as well. Yeah. And I think Dominican just overtakes Japan this time around. I think Dominican has a lot to prove, and they really want to win. And Japan is already coming off a championship run. And unfortunately, I just feel like with, Yamamoto and Ohtani having already long seasons, they probably will fall a little bit short. They're going to be a little tired, if you ask me. That's 2 postseasons in a row where they played until October. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to even pitch that much for this WBC. So that's my big concern for them. So that's why I got Dominican winning.
I don't think Ohtani's pitching this. I think he's only going to hit. I think the Dodgers told, it all has to do with insurance, right? They're not going to let Ohtani pitch. Yamamoto is going to pitch. I don't know how many starts he's going to get. I'm pretty sure if there's a championship game, he's going to pitch it, and he's going to be ready for it.
All right. No Roki, right?
Bracket. Yeah. Let's give my bracket. So pool A, I got. It just breaks it down. Huh? It doesn't.
Yeah, it just breaks it down. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, it breaks it down. All right. Well, U.S. and Mexico. I got them going out of that. I can't even look at the pool. Sorry, man. Now I'll just go through the Puerto Rico, United States. So I got Puerto Rico and United States. I got United States, of course. That's a dream team. I just feel like Puerto Rico is missing that leadership that I felt was with Lindor in that team, and there's other Carlos Correa that's not playing on that team. And even though a lot of people don't like these players, they're leaders, and they're leaders in their team, and they're leaders for their nation. But I just feel they're going to fall a little short because the United States is just like too overpowering. Dude, and then you have the Japan versus Dominicana. I just feel Dominicana, like you said, dude, you're picking Dominicana to go all the way. And that's pretty crazy, like to say that they're not even moving, because that's another team. I feel like if they don't win it or they don't get to the championship, that's another disappointment. And they did that 3 years ago. I don't think they got out of the first phase, right? They got eliminated in their pool. So that's going to be an amazing thing if they get out and they reach a little bit further. But if they don't, it's going to be a lot to talk about. Remember, Albert Pujols is a manager for that team. So. And we got Canada and Mexico. Dude, Canada's not a team that you should be sleeping on either.
Not at all.
If you remember, Mexico and Canada had that brawl out there and they got in the fight. And I just feel like maybe Mexico pulls it off because they have that grit and they're not scared to play against anybody. You mentioned earlier they lost to Japan because Japan was a stronger team, but they took Japan all the way to the 9th inning, winning by 1 run. And Japan was scared. Everybody was watching a Mexico team that were like, what the hell? They beat Puerto Rico. They went to play Japan and they almost pulled it off. So, I just feel like Mexico's not scared at all of all these big time teams. And it could surprise, dude. It could surprise anybody. But yeah, I got Mexico against Canada. They got that win. And then I got Venezuela versus Japan. And, Venezuela has a lot of young talent. But the thing is, what I just said about Japan. Japan doesn't give up. They're going to be playing their big time players, and they're going to go to that spot. Mm-hmm. U.S. and Dominicana. I think we're going to see that before we get to the finals.
Unfortunately,
that's going to be a rough one. And I just honestly feel the United States has that edge on them because they're going to be home. They're going to be able to do what they do on the field. Dude. Come on, man. I just feel like United States has everything to win. Now, it won't be a disappointment for United States if they lose to Dominicana, and Dominicana won't be a disappointment if they lose to United States in this round. But if they lose to another team in this round, then that's a disappointment, right? So
Yes.
I got them winning over Dominicana, and of course Mexico, Japan. I think it's going to be a repeat where Japan just overcomes Mexico and they beat them. And in my final, Japan, United States is going to be the 2023 World Classic again, the revenge. I think this time United States come on top and they take it all and they raise that trophy. But yeah, dude, I just feel like it's going to be an amazing tournament, and I think it's going to be more fun watching it now than it was, a few years back, because now everybody that's on these teams are I think a lot of people are just waiting for baseball, and playoff baseball it can't come anytime sooner. Which I said at the beginning of the show, we left the season in a high, super high, like Game 7, to where
Right.
now we're just waiting for baseball, and we just want to see playoff baseball, and this is perfect for 2026. So we get to see a lot of baseball. But yeah,
We witnessed a great ending to the MLB season last year, and we're
yeah,
only going to start even better with this WBC. We're going to see some top tier talent out there, young talent, veteran players like Salvador Perez, Clayton Kershaw making an appearance. Guys like that also want to prove that they still got it, and they want to
yeah,
wear that uniform for their country. They have so much pride. They have a lot of proof, and this means a lot to them. So it's
yeah.
going to be an exciting next couple weeks. We can't wait. We got a couple exhibition matchups the next couple days with Team Canada, Team US playing the MLB teams to prepare for the next upcoming games. But man, this WBC is one of the best times around for baseball. It only grows the game even more, and we can't wait. And this is what's so unfortunate. So we could go into the next topic. The MLB strike is a possibility going into next season. So we could go into a stretch where we're having so much great baseball, and then we could go to next offseason. We're like, wait, no baseball anymore? What happened? So do you think we're going to go to a point where we're going to go into a strike, given the fact that everybody's upset at the Dodgers for spending so much money? Or are we going to get this figured out before the season starts next year?
Nah, dude, it's gonna go into a strike. I don't think they're gonna start right when they're supposed to. Why? Because it's just they're playing the blame game right now. That blame
Yes.
game is kind of like, oh, look at what they're doing. They're doing everything the wrong way, and then you have the players are saying, no, they're doing it the right way. They're investing in their players. They're putting the product out in the field. They're making their fans more appreciative of going to the games and watching in games. Even though PCA is saying that we don't know baseball, right? But we're still buying tickets. We're still going out there. Yeah, we spend a lot of more than other teams, but look at the product. So maybe if these owners start realizing that they can go ahead and put a product and start putting that money into the field, then they'll go and start making that money back. But it's just crazy to me that because a team has found a way to make that money, now the other 29 teams has a problem with it. That's business.
Yeah,
If
man.
let's just say that we were stockbrokers, and I started winning a bunch of money, everybody's going to be hating on me, right? And you can't change the law. You can't say, oh, let's change how we trade stocks because this guy over here found a freaking formula that's making him more money. Now I'm mad and I'm gonna be pissed. No, we need to change the rules. Like, no, that's not fair, dude. You found your niche. You found how to do it. I mean, you should be happy. The Yankees had it all these years, right? Now the Dodgers get it, and then let's change the rule. It sucks, dude. It sucks. And yeah, going back to that question, I don't think it's going to start on time, dude. We're going into that 2027 season strike. That's going to happen.
Wow, you think it's going to impact like more than half or 1/4 of the season, or how much into the season you're talking about?
I honestly feel like the players and the owners are super divided right now. There's
Ooh.
no way that we're going to see a season at all. And that's where fans lose, because if we don't get to see a season, we get to miss a season of Otani. We get to miss a season of Bryce Harper. We get to miss a season of Mike Trout. You said he's
Man,
his 35 year season, dude. These are things that we need to start thinking as fans and start kind of pushing and saying, you know what, owners, get your shit together. and get this going because we want a 2027 baseball season. It sucks, dude. We don't want to miss out on these players playing a season
in their prime years, especially.
Yeah, like there's players that want to win a World Series and they're in their last, look at Arenado going with Arizona. He could be on that last, ship to be like, hey, this is my last chance to win a championship.
Exactly.
So, yeah, do you think we're gonna have a season? I don't think we're having one, dude.
Yeah,
I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong.
It's very probable that's not gonna the strike's happening. It's very unfortunate that these owners do not continue to spend, given the fact they make so much money. You got teams like in the AL Central and the NL Central that don't spend no type of money, man. You're talking about like the Guardians right now. They're spending $86 million this season, and the Dodgers are spending $332. Like, there's a huge gap difference. What's up with these owners? We need to start questioning where is all this money going into. Like, are they just pocketing all this cash and like not spending at all? Like, this is not fair for the fans. We want to see good product out there, and you're not delivering for us. So
yeah,
I think even as fans, they're putting their pressure into these owners to spend. And Rob Manfred has a lot of talking to do because he needs to convince these owners to finally create a salary floor where they have to spend some type of money. I think we could all agree that the Dodgers are hurting the game a bit, but at the same time, they are doing something that you wish your team was doing, right?
Yeah.
And it sucks because now if more teams were competing against the Dodgers for these free agents, we would be talking about it's more of an even playing field. But given the fact that these owners don't want to spend, now you have a team like the Dodgers looking like the incredible team that nobody's going to ever be able to stop, given the fact that owners don't want to spend. It sucks to see these type of players still in free agency. You're talking about Lucas Giolito, Tyler Anderson. Yes, they're a bit older. They've been through injuries, but you can't even give them a one-year contract. And that just blows my mind. There's a lot of top talent still not being signed. You got Zach Gallen, try to get a better deal. Owners didn't give him crap. Like, nobody was willing to even give him a better than his arbitration. And it's like, what's going on, man? This is a top tier, once ace type talent, and no one's willing to pay. We have another scenario with the Tarek Skubal. He went into arbitration. The Tigers only wanted to pay $19 million, the best pitcher in the game. Now he goes into an arbitration case. He wins $32 million. That's a huge gap difference. You're talking about $13 million for a player, and the Tigers are not willing to pay that. That's kind of shameful, that given the fact that Skubal gave you all for your clubhouse, and you're not willing to spend that money.
Yeah, Jamal is saying you've got to feel for Jose Ramirez. Talk about franchise wasting a great player's prime.
Damn, man.
And dude, Jose Ramirez, dude, it's a really, really underrated player, man. A lot of people in baseball don't even mention him that much, and he's been in the MVP talks for the past 5 years, 6 years.
He's always top three every year.
Yeah, every year, dude. So it's crazy to me that because he's in Cleveland and he has no help, and he takes that team to playoffs almost every year.
Yeah,
almost every year.
Won the division last year. How? In the last game of the year.
I think the Tigers had a lot to do with that, man. They just tanked. They sucked in the season.
They really did. That's another story, but given Jose Ramirez, what of impact he's done for that organization, given all the drama they've been involved with, the Emmanuel Clases, the Luis Ortiz gambling situation, you lose your best closer, and then you don't pay for the top talent. You always let them walk away. But somehow you have Jose Ramirez, that one prime player that's future Hall of Famer, has proven why he's one of the best third basemen in this game. But man, this strike's happening.
And he can squabble too. He can squabble too.
Yeah, that's true. It's unfortunate. It's kind of sad because we're enjoying so much baseball and the amount of baseball we're about to have. But come next year, we could be talking about how there's nothing to watch, and we're gonna be just bummed out at home watching basketball, I guess. I don't know. It's not even fun these days, but
we'll get to see, man. But we'll see what happens. There's nothing. This is just our opinion. And I lived through the 1994. What do you call it? So there was a World Cup that year. It was a strike for baseball. They didn't play it. It was a year that the Expos could have won the whole thing. If you didn't know, the Expos was a team that got. They got rid of them because they didn't have enough fan base, and they'd send them to Washington. They became the Nationals. But yeah, the Expos had a great team in that year. They could have possibly won the World Series, and the only World Series in Canada for the Expos, but it didn't happen. It sucked. Dude, we talked so much baseball, and we haven't even mentioned spring training.
Yeah, what's going on with that? We got a lot of spring training games, a lot of drama already the first couple weeks into spring training. You got guys like Max Clark rocking like 10 chains and people give him enough crap because he can't field the outfield ball these days. But
He's dropping a lot of balls with him.
give the guy a break. There has been a lot of errors out there. Just saying, these guys look a bit out of funk. They still got some time to get ready back to end of March, so no need to worry. But this spring training has been one of the most amazing ones. I'm usually not a spring training guy, but this time around, I've been watching a little bit more. Not sure because I do a podcast with you, but also I think given the fact that most of the prime players are playing sooner, given the fact that they're going to the WBC. So we've been seeing top talent like Machado, Tatis, you name it. Everyone's playing right now in the first 2 weeks into spring training for the WBC. So they're prepping for it, which is exciting for us because we get to get a head start into baseball and already kind of getting ready for that WBC. But there's definitely been some great baseball already. Is there any guys that have already impressed you so far into the spring training that you'd be like, you know what? I'm looking forward to 2026 for these guys.
Dude, and you just said it. They're getting ready for WBC. They look like they're in mid-season form. And one of the guys that I've been watching is from the Red Sox, Jarren Duran. Was that the guy you think I was going to say?
Oh, no, I was actually pretty shocked. I'm not thinking about him at all. I was thinking more prospects.
Jarren Duran has hit 3 home runs. He's batting 500 right now. He's 7 for 14 or 7 for 14. Dude, this guy is like playing super hard. He's running the bases hard. He's stealing bases. And when I saw him, I'm like, man, this guy looks bigger than what he did last year. If you guys haven't seen his workout routine, this man is working out every single day, lifting a bunch of weight. So if you see him this year, this guy looks like he's about to rip his shirt, dude. I don't know if he's wearing like a small shirt or whatever, but he just looks like ripped. And not only that, it's just I like a guy that plays hard every day, and every day that I see him on there, and I'm not a Red Sox fan, but I watch the spring training for the Red Sox because I want to see what they have. And Jarren Duran has always been playing super hard, dude. So that's the one guy I'm seeing that I'm like, damn, like, why am I? Do I have a man crush on this guy or what?
Carlos,
who do you have, dude? Who's the one guy that you feel like, this guy is on?
I mean, we got Jamal in the chat literally took my answers away from me. We got Connor Griffin and Spencer Jones, one of the top prospects in the game right now. You got Connor Griffin, a 19-year-old kid coming from the Pirates shortstop, coming out of high school. Looks very promising, has a lot of power, just hitting those balls. A lot
of power, dude.
Out the field like nothing, bro. He has to make that roster ASAP. If you're the Pirates, why waste them in the minors? Just bring him on up.
Bring him up.
You have O'Neal Cruz already playing the outfield, struggling out there, but he'll figure it out. Connor Griffin is the real deal. He should be starting. Give these Pirates fans something to cheer for. They would be excited for this upcoming season, pairing them up with, Brian Reynolds and everybody else in that Pirates roster. But another guy, Spencer Jones, this top prospect, 6'7", Judge lookalike, lefty, Monstar looking like Stanton. He needs to be in that opening roster. I'm not sure what the Yankees are waiting for. He's at his age 25 or 26 season now. He's coming at the same age around as Judge did. I'm sorry, but Jason Dominguez has struggled in the past. His defense has been a liability. And I've seen Spencer Jones this off spring training right now, and he's proven that he is that real deal. He could crush that ball out of Yankee Stadium right field porch. Give this guy the opportunity, and he will show you why this Yankee team will be fun to watch once he's in that lineup. So
why is it that the Yankees always get these tall ass players, dude? Like,
I have no idea where they find them. But this guy is ready. He looked like he had a great offseason, put in the work, and he's showing it early this spring training, and he's putting Jason Dominguez's job on the line right now. It's definitely a question mark. And I don't know, man. There's guys that the Yankees had that they kind of question. You got the Anthony Volpe situation too. There's rumors out there that he may start the season in AAA. We already have that feel where the fans not really liking how his defense has been looking, his offense. Junior Caballero has been there kind of showing that, hey, I could be the everyday starter. So there's a lot of drama, a lot of competition already this spring training. You got top prospects showing their giving their names, putting their names up there. And you also have some experienced players that also are just getting ready for the WBC, crushing some balls already as well.
Yeah. And those are two top players that you just mentioned, Ernie, like big time. Those are some good players. The guy from the Pirates, man, I hope he does make the team, and I hope he does break the way he's doing right now in spring training. It's always amazing to see a 19-year-old, 18-year-old make it to the MLB, and then bam, he makes it all the way to the top. Knowing the Pirates, they won't put him on the roster because they're gonna try to manage his contracts and try to hold him as much as they can. And that's just the way. That's just the business
Man,
side of it.
if I'm them, I'm giving them an extension right now. Waste no time. Pay him right now when he's cheaper.
Right?
Don't wait any longer because then you're gonna have to pay that top contract like you're gonna have to with Skeens. I would just give him a 6-7 year deal so he could get his max contract at age 30.
True. All right. What's with the spring training being so expensive? I don't know. I was gonna go to spring training and watch a game, and I saw that the tickets were $200. Get the hell out of here with $200. Like, really? $200? Nah.
That's the cost to root for the champs. That's why you need to be an Angel fan. Affordability.
So I mean, if I'm gonna go see a spring training game, I want it to be like a $20 ticket. Anywhere you sit, it's gonna be good. Eat a hot dog, get a beer, whatever. But to watch my team charge $200, are you kidding me? That's too expensive, dude. Too expensive.
Man, I'm sorry, Carlos. It's a tough time to be a Dodger fan. It's too expensive these days, man. You really got to consider if that's really worth it, especially to watch minor league players end the game.
Yeah, true. Hey, 6'7", you already said it like 3 times. I didn't do it.
I didn't even know I had said that. I mean, that's how tall Spencer Jones is.
That's how tall he is, right?
Is he really 6'7"? I don't know. Now I'm gonna questioning his height over here. He is 6'7". Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is 6'7", dude. So we'll get to see him in hopefully in the MLB. I think the Yankees are one of the teams that have a good starting rotation. I mean, you look at their rotation, you look at their batting. They have a nice bullpen, so I think they can do a lot of damage. You not forget about
the same team back, but I think certain guys are on a short leash, and I think Jason Dominguez and Volpe are one of those. The moment they find someone that's performing better, they're just gonna swap real quick. And then you have the Giancarlo Stanton situation, which is kind of unfortunate. He continues to deal with the elbow issues. We're not sure how much longer he could continue playing, given the fact that he has a lot of limitations given his injury. So they'll have to figure that one out, but I think the Yankees will be just fine. They still have a lot of depth and a lot of pitchers coming back. Garrett Cole finally returning, so that'll be a great sign for them.
Yeah, and of course we'll go through the I guess who's gonna win what divisions and in the later shows. We're still in spring training. We still got the WBC. We've been saying that so long. Chuito, thanks, man, for coming in here and letting us know. Yeah, we're glad to be back. There's no nerves at all from us because we like talking baseball. I remember when we first started doing this, I used to get nervous. Now it's just like, all right, man, whatever. I'll put it out there. We're talking baseball, something we love to watch and talk about. Like, why not? Let's just do it, right? Or do you get nervous, Ernie?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm having a great time speaking with you guys. I really enjoy the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in and always continue to keep us involved and talking to us baseball. This is what we love to do. You guys bring some great ideas as well, and we'd like to share them for the future listeners. So thank you for that. And make sure to invite your friends and family that like baseball as well, so we could all tune in and hang out and have a spot where we could grow a community of baseball fans. It's a great opportunity to share the game that we love and continue to learn from one another because there's so much baseball to learn. I feel like every single day I learn something new, man. And that's what's beautiful about this game. It doesn't come down to one player. It always comes down to a team type game. It doesn't matter how great of a batter you are if the pitcher can't perform. So I love stuff like this about baseball. It doesn't fall on that one superstar.
Yeah. And you always watch baseball because there's always this player that is you think, oh, he's not going to do any damage, and then when he does it, you're like, what? No way! Like it's so amazing. That's why this game is so unpredictable. It's not something that is predictable to where like he's going to win it because he's really great at it. No, you can strike out and lose it for your team, and the worst player on your team does something amazing and wins it for you, So that's the beauty of it. All right, man. I got one for you, Ernie. You going to any baseball stadiums this year?
That's a good question. I'm still in the talks about it, trying to look into what stadiums I could potentially go this year, but I have not finalized that yet. But definitely going to check out an Angel and Dodger game. That's for sure. I mean, local LA kid here. So there's without a doubt, those always have to be a must every single year. Should I give more money to Arte Moreno? I don't know. Most Angels fans say do not boycott the Angels. But I still feel bad, man. I still want to see Mike Trout play at least once, man. He's
Yeah.
gonna play center field.
Yeah.
And it's only so many years left in the tank that I could potentially see him, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm still on the fence in that one. I want to boycott the Angels, but I feel bad for the players, man. They need our support too. They also need to start cheering them on for them to win. So I'm kind of stuck in the fence there as an Angel fan. You want to support, but then at the same time, like maybe I'll just go when I get free tickets. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to go visit another stadium for sure. I would like to go see. I don't know. Maybe go to Arizona. It's not that far, and go see a Dodger
That's
game
true.
there. Or maybe I don't know, somewhere where it's local, not too far. Maybe San Diego again, or up north to San Francisco. I haven't seen Wrigley Field, which is
Okay.
on my bucket list. Of course, you got Boston Red Sox and the Yankees. Those are my three that I need to really, really want to watch. Now, the other ones that I want to add to it is the Pittsburgh Pirates, because they say that one's like San Francisco and like Petco. So
Right.
that I think it's the same architect, right, that did those stadiums. So they say those three are similar, and you can see it when it comes out in TV. It's like it looks so nice and so beautiful.
Yeah, PNC
Like
Park. It's
yeah,
one of the best
PNC
parks
Park
in
is
baseball. Yeah.
yeah. So I would want to go see that, because you have the Giants, you have the Petco, and you have PNC Park. That those are the top three stadiums that are out there right now. I mean, you can disagree with me, but I'm just saying what people have been putting up on all these social media platforms, that those three stadiums are one of the top stadiums in baseball. And of course, I mean, if I get a chance to ever go to like Kansas City and stuff like that, I wouldn't check it out too. I want to be able to see all the teams,
Right now,
And
one of the stadiums I really want to see, and I'm considering going if I go to Nashville this year, would be Truist Park. I want to see the Braves. I want
the
to see how
Braves.
it is to fill in Atlanta,
Yeah.
watching Acuna, Matt Olson, Spencer Strider. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to do that for sure.
Yeah. Why not? You should be able. You should do it. You
I
should
know,
do it,
right?
man.
We'll consider it
Hopefully
though.
you get a chance to do it and go to the stadium. All right, man. We reached that point in time that we got to go. But before we go, Ernie, your last mentions.
Well, I just want to thank everybody. I know this is episode 1 of 2 our 2026 MLB season. Make sure if you like our content to hit that like and subscribe. We continue to grow as a community, so thank you for that. And thank you, Carlos, for having us here today. We have a special time, baseball, man. We love talking, so we hope to catch you on the next episode to talk more ball.
Yeah. Dude, you said everything I was gonna say. I don't have to say it. I don't have to waste my throat.
Yeah.
I'm good. All right, from all of us here on Real Talk Baseball on Carlos Baseball, this is ErnieOrange, Real Talk Baseball, signing out.